Maybe you should pull the fucking trigger.
Pull the trigger. Ain't nobody gonna do for you.
Hey, what's up guys? TeamDemise Andy here, and today we're going to be doing a video over my GOAT profile. This is my GOAT deck. It is the binky Otk, but it's not like everybody else's build. It's way different in a lot of ways. So we're just going to go ahead and get into it. As you can see, it is very spellbound. Not a lot of traps. But let's just jump right on in. Set this over to the side. First, we got 2 Magician of Faith. I run this card at 2 because recycling cards like Axe of Despair and stuff are so key in this deck. So you have to run it at 2. Running it at 1, I feel like it could still work if you wanted to have a place for another card, but at 2, I just feel like it works best. Then we got 3 Iron Blacksmith Kotetsu. This card is what lets me search the equip cards, so it's good to have. This deck is very stall based, so you have to kind of stall your opponent out a little bit to be able to do anything. So it's good and it can hit out of nowhere, but then again, it is not nowhere near the best GOAT format deck. It's just my favorite. Then we got 1 Cyber Jar. You know, you have to run some card to trigger your opponent a little bit. Sangan to search out binky, 3 binky, and then 1 Maha Valo. If you don't know what binky does, in addition to his normal attack, he gets an extra attack for every equip card to him. So, like, what'll happen is, like, I'll have, like, I don't know, 3 equip cards on him. And, like, let's say with this right here, he'd be setting at 2,500, 2,900 attack and inflicting piercing damage. He would be able to attack 4 times. So, it works a lot. And basically, you just clear your opponent's board and go with it from there. But anyway, and then I run the 1 Maha Valo just for backup. If I can't get binky and I have him, he does gain 500 extra attack. So if I need something to just beat over, I've got him. I run the 1 DD Warrior Lady just because she can deal with problematic cards. The 2 Azura Priest. Now, I run this card because it's... There's 2 reasons I run this card. 1, I'll get to in a little while, and 2, because this card it breaks Scapegoat. It literally makes Scapegoat like nothing. Because they'll like play the Scapegoat or something, I'll play this, I'll attack over him, and attack all of them, destroy them all, and it'll be back to square 1 with him. But overall, it's just a really good card. But the second reason is coming up here in a minute. I run 1 Air Knight just because she's really good. She's really good against the GOAT. The Scapegoat, like the whole piercing thing in the GOAT format is like terrifying just due to the fact that you can literally get hit from out of nowhere. And then I run 1 Jinzo just because Jinzo, you know, you have to run them GOAT format. And then the other reason I run a Syrup Priest, not Priest. Yeah, Syrup Priest, I mean, is because BLS. That it gives me 2 more light monsters, and BLS is just a tank. I mean, he can banish, you know, he can do all this other crazy crap, attack twice if he attacks over a monster. He's just my big beater in case my plan fails with binky. Excuse me. Next we go on to Big Bang Shot, which, that should be back here. We go on to the spells. I run 2 Axe of Despair, 2 Big Bang Shot, 1 United We Stand, and 1 Mage Power. These are the heart and soul of the deck because they get binky rolling. And there's been a point where I had binky up to 6,300 with 4 attacks, and my opponent's board was cleared. He's just so good. Next, you know, I run 2 Scapegoat because this deck is stall based. They've hurt me a lot more than they've helped, so I'm probably going to cut them down to 1. But overall, it's still nice to have just in case, you know. I run 1 Rhoda to search out binky. and 1 pot of greed because, you know, you have to run pot of greed. If pot of greed's legal, you run it. 1 MST just because, you know, back row clear. It's not my biggest priority, but playing against Carrie's deck, it really helps out a lot. And then the Premature Burial. This card can be searched off Kei too, because he can search any equipped card. So this is always nice to have just in case I need some extra support or binky does get sent to the grave. So, and plus he counts as an equip on him. Then we got 3 Giant Trunade. This is the heart and the soul of the deck. This card has literally busted people's games because they'll have their back row set or something, and then I'll just play Giant Trunade and binky and attack for game and win. Swords of Revealing Light. Swords of Revealing Light's just a nice little card to have, and not a lot of people run it in this deck, but I feel like it's worth having just for the stall out. And then we got 1 Nobleman Cross out, 1 Book of Moon, 1 Snatch Steel. Snatch Steel can be searched off Kei too, but Book of Moon basically, it can be used for the stall, or it can be used on for like Magician of Faith or something like that, or to just stop over problematic cards like Jinzo or something. But yeah, I've actually pulled this combo off before, so it actually does work. It's hard to do because it's only 2 cards in the deck, but it does work. And then, you know, Snatch Steel, obvious reasons. And then 1 Graceful and 1 Heavy. Graceful Charity, I don't even need to explain it. And Heavy Storm because back row clear. So, those were the spells, and now we go on to the last 2 cards of the deck, the traps. 1 Mirror Force, 1 Call of the Haunted. I was going to run Trinity Tribute, but I decided not to, just because so many people do run Jinzo. It's really not even worth having. But, yeah, this is my binky deck for the GOAT format. We're all building GOAT in TeamDemise. So, expect to see a few profiles on them, but this is just my deck. I know it's not one of the better ones, but yeah, Kei Otk. I like it. It works out well. Comment, like, and subscribe if you guys want to, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.